Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and if you are new, I enjoy doing lots of DIY projects, upcycling, paper crafting, junk journals, and thrifting for vintage treasures. And one of my favorite things to use as a substrate, or a base, if you will, is wallpaper, and I've got a lot of it. So I was getting ready to pack everything up to go back to Iowa, and I had cut up a bunch of wallpaper that I had here, and I thought, well, maybe we'll just hop on. This is some things that I worked on, and I have about 10 different things that we can make with our wallpaper, and I thought I would show you a few of those. So again, I'm going to apologize in advance for that nice little shadow there. I can't do anything about it. Some of these we will make, some of these we will not. For example, this is something I just found I found this buckle in my stash here. And I have a bunch of buckles and little hooks and things like that at home that I've used before. But the cool part about using wallpaper is that it is so durable. And so you can easily, I just used a little strip that I had, and so I'll probably just take this home with me and make it into a large one, but into a buckle that could go around and actually secure a journal or any project you wish. This is just a itty bitty baby one. So that is one thing that you can do because the wallpaper is so extremely durable. I warmed up my coffee. I need a little sippy. And it's hot. It's still early. So that is one thing that we can do. Now I have these pieces of grass cloth and such textured pieces. These are really nice and thick. And so we're going to use a couple of those, and then I just have some that I've kind of shored up because when I cut them with my box knife, they don't always turn out so well. So we're going to play with a few of those. And I thought we would start with the grass cloth. So here's one thing that we can do. Extremely simple. This is just a gatefold, or one piece of paper folded in two, or in three, I guess. And these are the ones that work really well. Sometimes not this textured stock, but they work really well when you're doing like a window opening, or when we've used magazine pages and we want to make a scene. It's nice and heavy, and it's literally just folding this in three. It's not any more difficult than that. Oh, except this one we want to do. Let me do it correctly. I'm going to do this one just a little bit over, so it's not exactly a gatefold. A gatefold would just touch, like right there and there. But this way I can use it like this as well. And then I can put an entire journal inside of it. I could make a journal here. I could staple papers in and make it something that is like a little flap and opens up. I could leave it like this, create a scene inside of it. Excuse me. Goodness. Lots and lots of choices, but it's really, excuse me, folding a piece of paper. I just got a tickle in my throat, and I'm going to need another drink of my coffee. I didn't bring any water. So that is one very simple, what I want to emphasize is that if you get your hands on wallpaper samples, which you can find in my Etsy shop very easily, they're great for a lot of things. And, you know, the obvious is a journal cover. Now, here is one that I did with a couple of different layers of texture. And then I just put a little piece of ephemera on the top. And these would make great ephemera for your journal, but they also make fantastic greeting cards. Again, all you're doing is folding it in half. Can't get much easier than that. Now, with these textured ones, one of the things that I like to do is make a lot of pockets that then I can decorate, because it's a lot of times if I have, let's say, a digital or, oh goodness, hang on, I'm going to take another sippy. I hope I don't choke. You know, I have to back it with something else so it makes it a little more durable. This you do not. So within just a matter of seconds, I can make, we'll make one bigger and one smaller. You hear that? I mean, that's some strong paper. And then we can just make our one pocket, done. Two pockets, finished. You can whip these out really quickly. Now you have your bases and you can decorate them however you wish. So there we go. We got 3 different projects so far. Now, the other thing that we can do is just make an envelope with this one size. And this, by the way, this was one of those that came in a large book, but then it had these, this is exactly the way the page came out. So they're about 8.5 by 5 3/4. So with this, all we're gonna do is fold it. Ooh, that one didn't want to do that very well. You can see the little strings on it. And then, well, if that's the case, I think we will just leave. I was going to round the corners, but I think because it doesn't really want to fold like I wanted it. Now, the one thing to keep in mind with this is it kind of has a mind of its own where it wants to. Do you see how that's not really straight? Because it just wants to fold where it wants to fold. So you might have to manipulate it a smidge. Where's my glue? Okay, that, oh, here, I put it way over here. Why would I do that? I don't know. But I just thought it would be fun just to show you. This is another project that you could do if you're on the road, is just take a bunch of wallpaper samples and stick them in your bag. And you don't need a lot of tools. You need glue and scissors, possibly a couple clips, because sometimes they don't, I mean, it takes a while for them to stick together. So let's just put a couple paper clips on here. Maybe if I can get one that's not tangled up. Come on. There we go. And now you have an instant pocket, and then you could just decorate it. All right. Let's see, do I have any more? No. Okay, so now let's talk about this larger paper. And we got a lot of things that we can do with these. So one of them is we can turn this into a folder. Now, what I'm going to do, I think, just to make this a little bit smaller, similar to that one, is just pull this, or eyeball it. Ooh, this is not the best ruler, I have to say. Ooh, that's not going to work. Hold, please. Let's get out this. We'll use this. That will make it a little bit easier. But I just proved my durability statement. Did not want to rip. So we'll just use this. Hopefully I got that sort of straightish. Sort of-ish. There we go. We'll keep that out in case we need it for another piece. All right, so now all I'm going to do, actually, do I want this that big? Sure. So I'm just going to make a little pocket. I don't feel like I'm very prepared here. I thought I had everything I needed. And we're just going to fold this in half to make our, this is not very straight, by the way, but it's just so you guys can see. Now, what I want to do with this one, just to make it a little bit more, where's my, oh, I put everything away, and now I can't find things. It's not like this is a big, huge room, but I did kind of reorganize a bit. Oh, I don't know. I was looking for my corner rounder and I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Not where it's supposed to be. Okay. That just makes it look a little bit nicer. Now, in order for it to kind of sit, you know, nicely so we can glue it, all we're going to do is just where we have it creased, we're just going to cut a little V out of it into each other. So that way, it'll fold nice and neatly. There we go. And then we're just going to glue it. And these are quick crafts. Quick pieces of ephemera, I should say. Now, there's many other things you can do with this that isn't paper crafting related. For example, a lot of people use wallpaper samples for if they have a dollhouse, and they work great for that. They also use them if they want to wrap a gift. They work fantastic for that. If you've ever made paper, your own gift bags, wallpaper sample books are fantastic for that. Okay, I'm just going to hold that for just a second. Many things. You can use it to make a gallery wall. So sometimes you just see a design that you really like, and you pick some out that kind of coordinate and turn it into a, or put it into a frame and then create a little gallery wall just with that fabric, wallpaper. And then one thing I have done is I've taken old window panes and done something similar with the wallpaper to make it kind of its own piece of art in itself. So there's lots of things you can do not related to paper craft. And I could go on and on and on, but so this one is just a little bit bigger, and I just made it into a mini journal. Well, I didn't make it into a journal yet. Right now, it's just folded just like that gatefold, and then I put a brad in it and then just wrapped it with string. I think you probably get that since we just did the other one, but isn't that beautiful? Like just that, the color of that wallpaper. Now, we're going to be making another couple of things. And I'm going to need some scraps. Let's see. Let's use this. And we'll make just a pocket like this. So let's figure out how big we want this. Okay. I'm going to try to pull off just a little bit of it, because we're going to need this for the next project. I need some scraps. That one ripped much easier. Okay. So now all we're going to do in order to make this simple little things, you guys have seen me do this before, is we're going to fold it in half. I'm going to cut this part off as well. So I have some different sizes and some more scraps. And I'm just going to fold this down into itself right at that crease. And I'm going to glue it. And again, this just gives it more structure, makes it more durable. And then we can make it into a pocket here. So we could just, on this one, how did I do this one? Yep, I did it the same way. Just a little bit across the edge. So now we have a pocket. Now for me, I would zhuzh this up with some color of, maybe even take some gilding wax, because this is like a silvery white, and do the edges. But I really like leaving this wallpaper, what's inside. I just think it gives it character and it looks super cute. So another really fast, really quick pocket that you can do. All right, now, obviously, a very obvious one is that these make fantastic journal covers. So these are traveler's notebook sizes. And all I did is took 2 pieces, glued them together. I will probably sew them. This one's like a paintable wallpaper, which would be fun for us to maybe paint on. And they're longer. So they're, let's not, oops, I just bumped you. So they're 8 3/4 by 4 1/4. So now we have instant journal, and they're really thick and really durable. So that's another one. We won't make that one. But one thing I thought we would make, I made some of these little sample notebooks, and it's just scraps of wallpaper. And I'll show you how I do those. And we'll do, this is really 2 different things, but it's the same process, so I'll show you the last one as well. And then I just put samples in there, so if I want, I can just take those out and use them. I can undo the brads. No, I didn't do, I stapled these in the middle. That's right. But the other one that I have is more of a document folder. And I think Rachel at Roxy Creations, I think this is one of her weekly challenge. I know it was one of her weekly challenges because I saw some others do this. But this is basically just a document folder. So I took an entire sheet of wallpaper and then I filled it with, and I mean, I need to decorate it, but I just filled it with cooking related kind of things and some different kinds of documents that would work. I liked the parchment in there, makes it crinkly. And then I just folded mine up once, but you could fold it like a real document folder where you would fold it here and then fold it again and tuck it under. But this is kind of thick, this particular paper, so I just did it like that. So we're gonna make a couple of those. Let's see. So we only have these 2 scraps and we need more. So let's just add some to it. I don't think I want to use that floral one right now. Well, do I? No. Let's do some more. Let's get it some gold in there. And I'm just going to and I like to, let's see, I like to do it kind of like that. So, see how pretty that looks? And we can do, and I like to, I think it looks cool when you offset it too. Let's see, how wide is this? We'll use this as our base. So let's just go ahead and, let me move some of these things out of the way. So for this one, we're just gonna fold it down like that. So let's add some more. Did I do 2 pieces? I thought I had, where's my other one? Man, I'm really... I need another piece of gold. There we go. Now, this, there it is. I knew it was here somewhere. All right, well, we'll use that for another one. So then I'm just going to simply staple it, and then I will, like I did on these, we'll use some of my scraps. For example, maybe we'll just use this. And I don't have my stamps out, but you'll get the gist. Oops. Now, for the one I just showed you, those little silvery clear glass pieces are just flat-backed embellishments. They're not brads. So then I can put some brads in there, and then let's just... Ooh, this one's tough. These you can make up in no time. There you go, one done. Let's make another one. And then you have all kinds of little samples, or the recipient has all kinds of little samples. All right, we need another. I want some with some texture in it. Let's do that one. Are those pretty though? And then we'll use this one for our fold over piece. All right, let's make sure these are all straight-ish. Pretty good. And then fold it down. And you don't have to do anything except staple it if you want. I mean, oh, I'm out of staples. Are you kidding me? Well, we'll just pretend like we did that. Now, truthfully though, if you want to be able to use all of it and you want whomever gets it to use all of it, you could just not adhere it or staple it. You know, here's what we can do. We'll put that on there, and then I have some brads. Let's see what I've got. I think these are all pretty different. Which one shall we use? I kind of like these, and maybe we'll just do one. Oh, I know what we can do. Here's what we'll do. We'll make this into a reverse, let's see. Yeah, let's just do that. So we'll just use one here. This is a really big awl, by the way. And then we can just tuck this, it's almost like matchbook style, and make it into a little folded one. Except it doesn't want to stay today. There we go. So look at all of the fun that we're gonna fold this and we're gonna clip it until it settles down. But look at all the fun things that you can do in no time at all, just with your scrap wallpaper. I mean, tons and tons of pieces, and now we're ready to decorate them all and turn them in to something fantastic. I love this one. But all the colors and the textures, you know, it's just limitless. This particular sample book was all kind of Victorian metallics and such, but you get the idea. So I hope you enjoyed this. Not a long video, but kind of fun. And we will see you next time on the Traveling Crafter. But until then, have a wonderful day. And I hope that it finds you well. I do have to tell you, I think what I'm going to do is, on my way home, for part of my vlog this week, is stop by Walnut, Iowa, and maybe take you guys through a couple of shops. So that's why I thought, well, I have time to do a video because they don't open until like 10 in the morning. So that was my strategy on doing that. But I am off to get ready, and hopefully I will see you a little bit later. Until then, have a great day, guys. Cheers.